All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're continuing our linear systems unit, and today we're going to be graphing linear systems with equations, one of them in slope-intercept form and the other one in standard form, which we'll need to convert into slope-intercept form before we graph it, okay? So let's go ahead and begin here. So we have y equals x minus 1, so that's in slope-intercept form. Then we have 2x plus y equals negative 7. Okay, so this one here is not written in slope-intercept form, it's written in standard form. So let's begin by subtracting the 2x on both sides. Notice I put the negative 2x here, subtracting the 2x, not quite underneath this one because they're not like terms, okay? But I just put a little bit off to the side. So it's going to be y equals, and I'm going to write the x term first, negative 2x minus 7. Well, that one was easy. I only needed to subtract the 2x on both sides, and it's in slope-intercept form. So now let's graph. Okay. Again, I'm doing this freehand, so it won't be accurate or exact. It'll just be approximate. Okay. So here we're gonna go down 1. So down 1 and put a point there, and then my slope is 1. So just put a 1 under it, and that's my rise over run. So I'm gonna go up 1 over 1. Notice when it's a positive slope, we're going to be going up the stairs, if you will. Okay, so this here is my first line there. Y equals x minus 1. Now the next one, negative 7. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm pretty low on the y-axis, okay? Now, I have negative 2. I'm going to put here negative 2 over 1. That's my rise over run, okay? Now, let's pretend I didn't have enough space to go down further. Let's pretend I didn't have space to go down 2 more, even though I still have space here. Down 2 over 1, right? That would be the correct way. But let's say I didn't have space. Then I could always go backwards. I could go up 2 and then backwards 1 right here. But notice how the points line up anyway. Okay? So then I'm going to go ahead and connect. And like I said, this is approximate. Notice how my point didn't line up perfectly. And I didn't even go right through this point perfectly, but you know, it's just an estimate because we're just taking notes right now. When you do it on Delta Math, it'll be accurate, okay? And so that's it. My two graphs have been graphed, and then my solution would be right in here. That's the bullseye right there, okay? So that's where the two lines cross. That would be considered the solution, okay? All right, next. Let's go ahead and look at this one here. Y equals negative x plus 4 is already done. And then here, we're going to go ahead and subtract 2x again, like we did in the last problem. And then we have negative y equals negative 2x plus 5. Okay? Now you may think we're done, but we're not, because notice here we have a negative 1 there being multiplied with a y. So we have to divide by negative 1 here all the way across. And I'm just going to go ahead and divide each one, okay, individually like this. And so that's going to leave me with a positive y, because the negative 1 divided by negative 1 is a positive 1. So positive 1y. And here again, a negative over negative, that's going to be a positive 2x. And then a positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. So I have 2x minus 5. Let's go ahead and graph. So go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down 1 over 1. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my line here. Notice how this one, the slope is negative, so I'm going down the stairs here, okay? Now, let's graph the next one. 2x minus 5, so go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then my slope is 2, so basically 2 over 1. So rise 2, and then over 1. Okay, and so then you're going to connect. See how I didn't go right to the point? That's why graphing by hand is not accurate, because, you know, we're not perfect. All right. Let me just go ahead and write this as negative 1 over 1 so that we remember that we started at 4 and then we down 1 over 1. Okay. So notice here our solution would be where those two lines intersect. Getting the hang of this? We got two more. Take a look at this one here. Y equals negative 1 half x plus 1. And then this one has a little bit more numbers, more steps. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract 3x. Always subtract the x term first. And so we have negative 2y equals, I'm going to write the x term first, negative 3x plus 14, because that 14 is a positive. Now I have a negative 2 times the y here. I'm going to go ahead and divide by that negative 2 all the way across. Okay? And so here we have y equals, a negative over negative is going to be positive, so I have 3 over 2x like that. And then 14 over 2 is negative 7. Okay? And so let's go ahead and graph. Okay? So first one here, we go up 1. That's our y-intercept. And then my slope is a negative. That means I'm going to be going down. Down 1 and over 2. There it is. And so now let me go ahead and draw a line connecting those. There you have it. Freehand. And then next one, down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then my slope is 3 over 2. So that means rise over run. 3 up, 1, 2, 3. And then run 2. 1, 2. And notice these two lines intersect. They cross right there. Okay? Last one. Let's go ahead and write this in slope-intercept form. Subtract x on both sides. I have negative y equals negative x minus a. All these negatives here. Okay? But we're going to go ahead and divide by a negative 1 on both sides. And so I'm left with y equals, well, negative over negative is a positive. So here we have positive x. And then negative over negative is a positive. So we have positive 8. So x plus 8. Okay? Let's graph. And so first one here is going to be a 1. We'll up 1. And then my slope is negative, so I'm going to be going down again. So it's going to be down 1 and over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then x plus 8, that means I go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a point. And then you go up 1 over 1, right? Up 1 over 1. And so you just go ahead and connect those two in both directions. And notice they intersect right there. And that's all you're going to be doing today.